Is on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Elliott. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd.
Hey, nice 7.
Operating from the gun, Herbert, and that's Elliott, complete. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now this time he'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half, and you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. On 2nd down, Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On the run, it's Barkley. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Check 52.
Here's King on 1st down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down now, Barkley. And he's taken down inside the 30. A gain of 13. It's a first down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. King, off play action. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Elliott running right. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Mike's 56. You can't block me. You can't block what's more. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Hey.
From the gun on 3rd down. King gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. King. This one complete to Coleman. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. King now. From the gun, he'll throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over here at the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. 2nd and 1. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, Haywood. 44, Mike, 44. All day, dog. Forget it.
From the gun, Herbert. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Looking to throw. King. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. That one complete, Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Set. 10 logo. Hey, echo. Now.
Operating from the gun. Herbert looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And it's taken in at the 9. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly.
And nothing but daylight ahead. 30, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Come on, QB, come on.
Hey, Alpha.
44 Mike. Check.
Check right, check. Let's go.
Here's the 2nd and 7. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Elliott. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Mike 42, check.
Big river.
Off play action. Herbert. He's going to look deep down the field. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. P.J. Williams with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
Kill.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check 43.
Back to throw. King. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 49 yards on the ground. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A 1st down carry for Barkley won't lead to much as he'll take this forward for maybe a yard. It's 2nd down. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
At the Cowboys' 23-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 2nd down, Barkley. He's got the 1st down inside the 10, and he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. Back now here at MetLife Stadium, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Oh, up and over. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. To throw again. Herbert. He's going to air one out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Clinton Dix with a pick. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll roll him out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a 1st. Now King, operating from the gun. He may try and run for this. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or two if you have to. Just go down, in bounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game. And it has to drive it.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Back to the air on 2nd down. Herbert. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does it.
Now Barkley stripped of the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 78 yards. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I'm sure the message as they come out onto the field was, hey, take care of the football, because the fumble last possession led to a touchdown. Still a 3-score game, though.
You don't want things to start to snowball. You know, one error leads to another, which leads to another. And then all of a sudden you're fighting for your life down the stretch instead of finishing the game in style, which is what they're trying to do on this drive.
Yeah, it would be a pretty amazing comeback, but we've seen crazier things happen in the National Football League.
We certainly have.
He'll have a first down past the 40. Touchdown, Giants! Saquon Barkley, 71 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. You talk about the dominating rushing performances that you and I have seen together. This has got to be right up there. His 4th touchdown run of the game and another long one to boot.
And I don't need to ask for a witness because you're right here with me. We are watching this, and we're watching such a performance that is demoralizing for anyone on defense. You know, it starts out, coaches screaming, tackle him, get him. And after that last touchdown, I bet it's pure silence on that side of the ball.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. DeAndre Baker, the first corner chosen in this year's draft, there to make the play defensively. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And a good result there, as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On third down, Barkley. He's got a first down and more past the 30. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. On second down now, Barkley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down. The Giants on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run with Barkley. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Off the play fake. Herbert. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Check 25, check 25.
44, Mike, 44.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Cowboys on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Herbert. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Hey, Delta. Mike's 42. Mike's 42.
They want this.
On fourth down, Herbert. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position.
Hey, hold on. Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
On first down, Barkley. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw is King. Going to throw again. Looking for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. This is Barkley. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Giants, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, it's yet another loss as they've started out now 0-7. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.